Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Poverty Hill Adventures. In the last video, found at the flea market, will it cut? We were testing out this saw here, this one-man crosscut saw, perforated lance tooth saw that I picked up at the flea market. I was convinced when I picked it up, because of the condition it was in, which was in excellent shape, and the teeth were very sharp, I was convinced that when I brought it back and tested it out without doing any work to it, that it was going to slice like a knife through hot butter, or a hot knife through butter. It didn't. It didn't. And I don't believe it's a sharpness issue. It started binding up. It would cut just a little ways and then it would bind up. And in that last video I mentioned that I'd like to try setting the teeth, which means the cutters, which are these here, cutters, one gets bent slightly this way, the next one gets bent slightly that way, all the way down the saw. And what that does is supposed to help with binding. It cuts a slightly wider cut, and the saw should be much smoother. So I wanted to try it out. So I'm going to go over, put the saw in a vise, and then I'm going to use this little tool that I have here to set the teeth, which means to slightly bend them one direction, one the other way, and then let's see how it cuts then. These here are the cutters, 4 cutters, and then a raker, 4 cutters, and then a raker, so forth down the line. I picked up this tool at a flea market also. It's for setting the teeth, which we're going to see what kind of difference that makes. Now, there is some set to these teeth, so I'm going to go just like it was set when I picked it up, and I'm just going to set it. It's every other tooth. What we're doing is slightly putting a bend to that tooth. Now, am I bending it enough? I don't know. I'm not an expert at saws by any means. When we're done setting these every other tooth, we'll go back, we'll flip the saw around, and we'll do the other teeth so they will be opposite. Let's flip the saw. And now we are doing the teeth that we had not done the first time. I think we've got every tooth, so let's go see how it cuts now. Now we have not sharpened this tooth, these teeth on here. They're exactly the way the saw was found at the flea market. All we've done so far is set the teeth, which means one goes one way, one goes the other way, and hopefully this helps with that binding. So let's see how it works. We'll get it started here. It is a slight improvement, but it is still binding. Still binding. Gets down to a certain point, and it just binds up. So let's try putting a little more set in those teeth. I increased the angle in which one tooth is opposite the other. Still have not done any sharpening to the saw. Let's see how it does now. It's still not there, so I'm going to have to keep working on that, and it's definitely improved. But let's see if we can get it a little bit better before we do any sharpening to it. I'm thinking that possibly the rakers are just slightly high, so I'm gonna make one more adjustment to the set of the teeth, and then I'm gonna take the rakers down just slightly, and hopefully we keep working on it. Eventually it'll cut. That was just with adjusting the set of the cutter teeth. Could probably improve it some, and definitely sharpening it should improve it even further. Still want to look at those raker teeth, maybe knock them down ever so slightly, but it just goes to show you that just because something is sharp, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will cut well. In this case, it needed a little adjustment to the teeth. Now, I'm no expert saw filer, sharpener guy. I'm just messing around here. So I just wanted to show everybody that we are making improvements. And so until next time, everybody, take care. Thank you for watching. Remember to keep on trucking and believe in yourself, even when no one else does.